Have you always wanted to be a saver but just can't seem to figure it out? Do you put money in a savings account for later, but then you spend it on random things because you're not really sure what later really means? Well, help is here. In this video, I'm going to teach you 3 simple rules you can start using today, even if you've never been a saver before. If we haven't met yet, hey there! Welcome, I'm Michelle. I teach everyday women with everyday money issues how to manage their paycheck so that they can meet their money goals and not work until they're 80. Which brings me to today's topic, saving, and my 3 simple steps to help you get started today. Because we all know we should do it, and we all try, but what if I told you there was actually a right and a wrong way to save? And that, like most people out there, you might be doing it wrong. Now, it's not your fault. When we're growing up, our parents told us to save our birthday money or Christmas money or holiday money for later. And right there is the problem. Later. Because when the heck is later? Tomorrow? Next week? A year from now? It's undefined and squidgy. And even saving for vacation isn't super clear. I mean, what vacation, when, and how much am I gonna need? I am a girl who needs clarity and specificity. And when I was teaching myself to become a saver, because I am a natural born spender, I needed a rule, steps, a system. And that's how I came up with my 3 simple steps to becoming a saver, even if you've never been one, or are a natural born spender like me. My first rule of successful saving is to have a goal. It doesn't have to be a big goal at first, but it has to be specific. Otherwise, you're right back to later and all of its squidginess. Humans are goal-oriented beings, and quite frankly, we need to know why we're doing something. And the why matters to us a lot. It's what keeps us engaged and interested. Putting goals around your savings will give it structure and purpose, and you a reason to keep fighting for it. What's more, you'll know how much you've saved and when you've won, so you can do the happy dance. Here's an example of a goal. I'm going to save $75 out of each paycheck for the next 6 months for a total of $1,800 to pay for my trip to the Bahamas in June of next year. Did you see how specific that was? That $75 now has a job. It's going to pay for my awesome vacation to the Bahamas next June. And what's more, I know when I'm done. When you get your vacation paid for, you can put that $75 towards another goal, whether that's your emergency fund or another savings goal. By the way, I wrote a blog on the 3 savings accounts every girl needs, as well as a pretty long detailed blog on this video topic, how to learn how to save, and I'll link them both in the description. We covered the first rule of saving, set a goal. Now let's talk about the second rule of learning how to save. Make it small. You want to make it small so that it's achievable, so that you can see yourself accomplishing it. Like I said, I'm not a natural saver, but I knew I needed to save. For example, back when I had to pay my car insurance quarterly, I knew that money was coming down the pike, and it made me scramble every quarter, and I just didn't want to live like that anymore. Let's combine step 1 and step 2 so you know what I mean. Let's say you set your first goal to save $2,000 towards an emergency fund by the end of the year, and it's January, so you have 12 whole months. Incidentally, if you don't know what an emergency fund is or why you need to save for one, I wrote a blog about that too, and I'll link it in the description with the others. Step 1, set a goal. $2,000 in an emergency fund by December 31. Let's say you get paid twice a month. That's $83.33, but let's call it 84 for simplicity's sake. Now let's look at this whole thing. Step 1, set a goal. And your goal is $2,000 in an emergency fund by the end of the year. Step 2, make it small. You're saving $84 per paycheck. A word about small. According to my stats, for most of my audience, $84 per paycheck is small. But if that's not small for you, then adjust it. Make it $1,000 by December 31 for $42 per paycheck, or $500 for $20 per paycheck. Adjust it to fit your needs and where you are in your money plan. Now, for the last step, how to make sure you save that $84 or whatever. That's in our 3rd step. Step 3, automate and save your life. Automating your savings is hands down, absolutely 100% the best way to make sure you save. Seriously. Here's why, and it's the biggest habit that changed my life and made me a saver. Because here's the thing I know about myself. If I can make sure the money never touches my greedy little fingers, I am so much more likely to be successful. Give this video a like if that resonates with you too. My number one recommendation for you is to contact the payroll department at your job and ask them to deposit the money straight away into your savings account. Don't even let it go to your checking account and then set up a transfer to your savings and all that jazz. Just have it put straight to your savings account. When you first start doing this, it can be a little scary, but remember, if you get stressed, you can always transfer it back. But a lot of the time, my one-on-one coaching clients have found that just that little bit of friction from having to log into their bank and move the money can stop them from doing it. One of my clients actually told me that finally her laziness was paying off. Hey, whatever works, right? So there you go. 3 steps to becoming a saver, even if you've never been one. Set a goal. Doesn't have to be a big goal at first. Just get started. Start small. If you feel really anxious, start super small. Get 20 bucks in cash on payday and put it in your jewelry box. Do that, and in 3 months, you'll have saved $240. Remember to automate and save your life. Remember what I learned. The less opportunity the money has to touch my greedy little fingers, the more likely I'll be successful. And I bet it'll work for you too. Thank you so much for sticking around until the end. I really hope this video has been helpful. For even more help, I've linked to the blogs I mentioned below or in the description. Don't forget to subscribe for good vibes and so you don't miss my next video, which is going to be how to plan your paycheck so you never miss a bill or get a late fee again. See you next week. Bye.